Welcome to Language Listening Studio. I am Amy.
And I am Jack. We talk about big global news.
Jack, let us start with artificial intelligence, or AI. Big news is in India this week. India is hosting an AI summit. It is the India AI Impact Summit.
That is very important. Why is this summit so big?
India is a very big country. It is the most populous country. India wants to be a bridge between rich countries and developing countries.
A bridge for technology?
Yes, the goal is clear. They want AI for good things, for inclusive growth, and for a sustainable future for everyone, not just for the big tech companies in the West or in China.
That is a great idea. I read about the United Nations too. The UN has a new scientific panel on AI. What does this UN panel do?
The UN Secretary General, Mr. Guterres, said AI is moving very fast, like the speed of light. The UN panel wants to find the facts. It wants to build a scientific base for global AI rules.
So, the UN makes the science base. India brings the voices of the developing world. Is that right?
That is correct. It is about global governance. How can all countries manage this new, powerful technology? There are risks like deepfakes and security problems, but also huge economic chances.
This AI race is not only for the US and China then.
No, many countries want sovereign AI. This means they want their own AI systems. They want to protect their national security. They want to boost their local economy. India's summit shows this big global move.
I see. Now let us look at space. Space is another area of global effort. We have good news and bad news. First, the good news. The Crew 12 mission.
Yes, Crew 12 was a big success. SpaceX launched 4 astronauts to the International Space Station, the ISS, on Saturday. The rocket was the Falcon 9.
Why is this mission so important now?
The ISS needs its full team. This mission brings the station back to its normal crew size. 7 astronauts. It is a good example of many countries working together. NASA, ESA, Europe, and Roscosmos Russia astronauts are all there.
That is good. The ISS is a symbol of peace in space. Now the bad news. The Artemis 2 moon mission. It is delayed.
That is true. It is a big mission. It is the first crewed mission to the moon since 1972. NASA said the earliest launch date is now March.
Why did they delay the launch? It was planned for February.
They had a technical problem. They did a test called a wet dress rehearsal. They put the very cold fuel into the big rocket, the Space Launch System, or SLS. But the cold weather caused problems.
So they must check all the data and maybe do the test again.
Exactly. Safety first. It is a very complex rocket. The less. They need to be 100% sure. The crew is 4 people, 3 Americans and 1 Canadian. They will orbit the moon. A 1-month delay is normal for a difficult space mission.
A small delay for a big step for humanity, I understand. Let us come back to Earth and talk about climate. We have a very scary report this week. The hothouse trajectory.
It is very serious. Researchers said that rising temperatures are a big danger. They warn of an irreversible hothouse trajectory.
What does irreversible mean?
It means we cannot stop it. The planet has feedback loops. If the temperature gets too high, some natural things start to fail. For example, the Amazon forest might dry up, or the permafrost might melt.
And if these 10 natural features fail,
they will make the planet even warmer. The process will feed itself. Even if all humans stop all carbon emissions, the warming will continue. It is like a rock rolling off a cliff. Once it starts, you cannot stop it.
That sounds very bad. The scientists say the window is closing.
Yes, the time to act is now. But the political news is confusing. I read that a major country's environmental agency is stopping greenhouse gas rules.
That is the big conflict. Science says stop now, but a major world power is removing the rules that help stop it. This makes global cooperation much harder.
This brings us to global politics and security. World leaders met at the Munich Security Conference last week. What was the main topic in Munich?
The main topic was the world order. They said the rules of the international system are under destruction. They talked about many problems: European security, the relationship between the US and Europe, and the big impact of new technology, like AI, on security.
AI is everywhere, even in security. They talked about autonomous weapons, I think.
Yes, the fear is an algorithmic arms race. Weapons that decide to shoot by themselves. Who controls the algorithms? It is a big ethical and security problem.
Did they agree on a plan?
Not a big final plan, but the meeting helps. It is a forum for talk. It is important to keep talking when the world is so divided. European leaders talked about more defense spending.
So, talk about security is good, but what about the other big global problem? Plastics. Our fifth topic is the Global Plastics Treaty. Is there a big problem there too?
Yes, there is a political block. Big global environment deals are blocked. Not just the Plastics Treaty, but also a deal on shipping emissions.
Why are these important deals blocked?
It is a result of a major country's policy. They are blocking international environment agreements. They do not want to sign these big global treaties.
That is very bad for the oceans. Plastic pollution does not stop at borders.
You are right. This block slows down all the work to clean the oceans. We need all countries to work together. This situation shows the lack of political will for climate and environment action.
Let us review the week. AI. A big push for global rules and inclusive growth from India and the UN. Space. A successful ISS launch, but a delay for the moon mission. Climate. A terrible scientific warning about the hothouse trajectory. Politics. Global security is under destruction and environment treaties are blocked.
It is a week of high contrast, high-tech success and cooperation in space, but low political will for Earth's future.
It makes me think, if we can cooperate to send people around the moon, why can we not cooperate to save the planet from plastic or from overheating?
That is the question of our time, Amy. The AI summit in India is a good example. They talk about using AI for a sustainable future. AI can help model the climate. AI can help find new solutions.
But first, we need the political will to use these tools. Technology is not the only answer. The political system must want the change.
I agree. The problems are global. The solutions must also be global. We cannot have national rules for a global problem.
And the security talks in Munich show this too. AI in warfare is a global risk. One country's autonomous weapon affects everyone's security.
It is all connected. AI, climate, security. All of it needs global rules.
I feel good about Crew 12, though. 4 astronauts from different places, all working on the ISS. It gives me hope for real cooperation.
Yes, space is still an area where they can agree for now. And Artemis 2 will fly in March. The moon is still waiting.
So the path to the moon is a little longer, but the path to a hothouse Earth is getting shorter. We need to focus on the Earth path more.
Very well said, Amy. We covered a lot of ground this week.
Thank you, Jack. That is all the time we have for our global news summary.
Thank you for listening to Language Listening Studio. See you next week.